What's up, everybody out there watching this? I really appreciate you watching if you are. If you follow me on Twitter at TNAWWEguy, I really appreciate you following me. Hopefully you enjoy and think my tweets are entertaining during wrestling shows. Can't breathe very well because my nose is pretty stuffed up, but I'm going to still do this. So, hopefully you follow me on Twitter at TNAWWEguy. I tweet Monday Night Raw, SmackDown mostly. When I feel like tweeting SmackDown or I'm home, I try to tweet TNA every Tuesday on Pop, and I always tweet NXT on Wednesday. And every pay-per-view I'm always on Twitter. So, in every WWE network, the live special I'm on the network for. Not just WWE pay-per-views, but NXT takeovers also. So, I got a lot of questions. I got 7 questions here from 4 people on Twitter that follow me. I appreciate you all following me, first off. And thanks for the questions. This is another edition of Ask TNAWWEguy. So I'm here to ask. I'm not here to ask. You asked me and I'm here to answer. I'm here to answer your Twitter questions that you sent me on Twitter last night. So, I didn't want to take that many questions in this video. I got 7 here because the other video is like over 40 minutes when I have 7 or 8 questions. Anyways, I'll try to not make it too long. First question is from at Buckeye Dog or Dang 13. Follow him on Twitter. It's at capital BUCKEYE double, not double, capital DAWG13. Again, follow him at capital BUCKEYE capital DAWG13. Follow him. Buckeye Dang 13. His question to me was, in a championship match, who wins between Mr. Wrestling number 2, very old school wrestler, mostly I think he was around in the 70s and 60s, and he was around a little bit in the 80s wrestling. So Mr. Wrestling 2, in a championship match, he wants to know who I think would win. Mr. Wrestling 2, Sting versus Ric Flair versus Triple H in a 4-way, fatal 4-way. Who do I think wins? I would give it to Ric Flair. That's easy because I was a big fan of Ric Flair as a heel champion. Ric Flair as a heel champion never ever disappointed. He was always great. So I would go with Ric Flair winning that match and becoming the champion. Good question. Thank you at Buckeye Dang 13. Thank you for the question. I would pick Ric Flair out of Triple H, Sting, Mr. Wrestling 2, and Ric Flair. I would pick Ric Flair to win. Next question is from Big Wrestling Fan. She has a YouTube channel. I believe it's the same name as her Twitter. I'm not really sure, but go to my subscriptions. I subscribe to her channel. She's a big wrestling fan, and she's on Twitter, and she follows me. So everybody that hears this, follow her back. At Renee's Ambrose. Everybody follow her. This question is from at Renee's Ambrose. If you want to follow her and you don't know how to spell it, it's at RENEESAMBROSE. Just like Renee Young, spell it like that, but with a S. and then spell Ambrose. At Renee's Ambrose. Everybody follow her. Excuse me if I'm a little out of breath. I was just cutting my grass outside and I'm still kind of tired. Anyways, her question to me was, who do you think should win Money in the Money in the Bank this year and why? I heard rumors that WWE was gonna drop the Money in the Bank pay-per-view and stop doing it, but I don't know if it's true. I hope it's not true. I would pick to win Money in the Bank this year, and why I would have to pick Cesaro. And whenever Money in the Bank happens in July, Cesaro may already be the Intercontinental Champion. So, but that doesn't matter. I would still have Cesaro win the Money in the Bank because, in my opinion, why? Because he deserves it. And I'd like to see Cesaro cash in whenever that is. I'd like to see him cash in and become WWE World Heavyweight Champion because Cesaro deserves to be the WWE Heavyweight Champion. And he deserves to win Money in the Bank. I'm a big fan of Cesaro. So I hope you're happy with my answer at Renee's Ambrose. Thank you for the question. Next, excuse me here. I gotta get up and get my door.
Justin, how you doing, man? Mike's upstairs?
Yeah.
Cool, thank you.
So, I apologize. I had to get the door. Brother's friend of mine is here. I had to get the door for him. Anyways, at Renee's Ambrose, thank you for the question. Hopefully you're happy with my answer in Cesaro. Next question is from at Team_Lesnar. This guy's a great wrestling fan, great follower. He's a good guy. Follow him on Twitter. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. I believe it's called Team Lesnar on YouTube. His name is Team Lesnar. I subscribe to him. If you want to subscribe to his channel, just click on my subscriptions and you'll find Team Lesnar. Click on it, subscribe to him. He does a lot of videos. So, at Team_Lesnar, he asked me, what is first question he asked? I believe he asked three or four questions. First one was, what is my favorite food to eat? Favorite food is no doubt about it. Number one, favorite food is pizza. Pepperoni pizza is my favorite of all time. It will always be my favorite. I love pepperoni pizza. Second favorite would probably be the Flaming Hot Chips that Cheetos makes. Flaming Hot Chips. I love those. I eat them a lot. And other favorite food I really like buffalo wings with ranch dip. So I could dip my wings in ranch. Those are great. With hot sauce and buffalo sauce poured all over the wings. Those are some of my favorite foods. Also, one of my favorite foods is buffalo strips. It's the same as buffalo wings, but with no bones in it, with no wings in it. Those are very good. So pizza, Flaming Hot Cheetos, buffalo wings, and buffalo strips. Those are my favorite foods. This next question is, what's my plans? What would I do next for Brock Lesnar? What would I have him do next? Basically, what would I have Brock do next? I would put Brock in a feud. I don't think Brock is going to be back until before SummerSlam. Maybe he'll be on a June or July pay-per-view. I don't know. But he'll have a match at SummerSlam. So I'd put Brock Lesnar in a feud with Kevin Owens. I'd have Brock against Kevin Owens, and then they would have a badass, kick-ass match at SummerSlam. I guarantee you it'd be pretty damn good. It'd be physical, it'd be hard-hitting, it'd be great. So I'd put Brock next in a feud with Kevin Owens. And have him and Kevin Owens basically beat the crap out of each other at SummerSlam. So that's what I would do with Brock. Next question from @TeamLesnar, @Team_Lesnar. Your pick to win Money in the Bank. I told @Renee's Ambrose it'd be Cesaro, but I'm going to give you a different answer because I thought about this some more. My pick to win Money in the Bank would be first, it'd be Finn Balor, because I think he's coming very soon to the main roster because he lost the NXT Championship to Samoa Joe on Thursday night at a house show. So Finn Balor, he may debut on Raw Monday, or he may debut at Payback and help AJ Styles. I don't know. But Finn Balor, in my opinion, the guy's going to be on the main roster, so he should win Money in the Bank. If Finn Balor doesn't win Money in the Bank, then I go with Cesaro winning. Last question from @Team_Lesnar. Your opinion on a women's tag team championship. I think it's a good idea. I mean, I haven't seen one since TNA had a tag team knockouts tag team title for I think 2 years, 3 years, and they dropped it. WWE, WWF had a women's tag team title in the 80s, but that was a very long time ago, and no new fans really remember that, but they actually did. For the main roster, I don't think women's. Would I like to see a women's tag team title? Sure I would, because I'm a big fan of women's wrestling. But as long as Vince McMahon is in power, in control of his company, and he's not giving it over to Triple H yet or Stephanie, as long as Vince is in power, I don't think we'll see a women's tag team title. I really don't. But if Vince is not in power anymore and decides to retire, which I don't think he ever will, but if he decides to retire, then I do believe Triple H and Stephanie would probably bring a women's tag team title to the main roster or to NXT. But I don't see a women's tag team title coming to the main roster within the next 2 years. But I never thought Vince would give in and bring back the women's championship, and he did. I thought the Divas title would be around for a long time, but Vince gave in, probably to Triple H and Stephanie bugging him about it, bring back the women's title and get rid of the Divas title. And Vince actually did something right that was best for business, that was good for business, and got rid of the term diva and got rid of the Divas title for the women's title. So maybe Vince would bring a women's tag team title into the WWE, but I don't see it happening yet. Because I honestly believe, I think Triple H and Stephanie care about women's wrestling, but I really believe Vince McMahon could care less about women's matches. I don't think he cares. So thanks for all the questions @Team_Lesnar. Great questions. Thank you for the questions, because without questions, I could not do this video. Last question from a great follower, longtime follower of mine, @KingsFanDanny. Follow him on Twitter @KINGS fan, FANDANNY. Follow him on Twitter at KingsFanDanny. Follow the guy. His question to me was, who wins in a fight between movie wrestler characters? Who wins in a fight between Bonesaw? Bonesaw was in Spider-Man, I believe the first one, the original first Spider-Man that was out in 2001 or 2. Bonesaw was played by Macho Man Randy Savage, the late, great, legendary Macho Man. Ooh, yeah! The legend, Macho Man, was played by, he was Bonesaw. Bonesaw versus Zeus. Zeus is from the wrestling movie No Holds Barred, where Zeus was the enemy and wanted to kill Hulk Hogan and just beat him to death and end his career. I guess that was the point of the movie, that Zeus wanted to kill Hulk Hogan basically because he beat the crap out of his brother and broke his neck and stuff like that. So in a fight, who wins, Bonesaw versus Zeus? I would say Bonesaw wins because you can never beat the Macho Man. I would go with Bonesaw over Zeus. But Zeus, the guy couldn't wrestle in the ring when WWF gave him an opportunity to wrestle at SummerSlam 89 and Survivor Series 89. Zeus, as a wrestler in the WWF, never worked. He couldn't work. He couldn't wrestle and he couldn't work. He didn't know how to work a match at all. He didn't know psychology. He didn't know how to sell. He didn't know how to take a bump. He didn't know how to do anything in the ring except look scary and just stand there. But in the movie No Holds Barred Zeus, he was a great character. Great villain. The guy was scary as hell. He looked scary as hell, like he could kill you. And he was jacked. He was scary. He was a badass in the movie. But Bonesaw was a bigger badass in my opinion. I'd go with Bonesaw. So thanks for the question at KingsFanDanny. Thank you for all the questions. Everybody that sent in, tweeted me questions that wanted them answered. Thank you for all the questions. I appreciate it. I enjoyed doing this. Ask TNAWWEguy maybe next week, sometime at the end of the week or Saturday. I'll put out another tweet and probably pin it on my page so people could ask me more questions for the next edition of Ask TNAWWEguy. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoy my answers, and we're happy with them. Follow me on Twitter if you don't already, at TNAWWEguy, also at NXTWWEguy. Also subscribe. If you got no friends on Twitter, tell them to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And give me thumbs up also if you enjoy any of my videos. Bye for now.